Hey Eagles fans, we have a lot to dive into today, and it starts with the way this team is shaping up as we get closer to the playoffs. Devontae Smith has been showing exactly why he's such a key piece for this squad, bringing his own style of football that just can't be ignored. He's confident, he's aggressive, and you can see the fire in his eyes when he steps onto the field. The thing about Devontae is that he doesn't care about the seeding or the status of the team. His mindset is simple and pure. Play your football, control the game, and let the results speak for themselves. That kind of mentality is infectious for a locker room, and you can tell the Eagles are feeding off it. The offense has had its ups and downs this season, sure, but moments like these remind you just how dangerous this team can be when they click. 11 wins and 6 losses is a strong finish, and the back-to-back home games give the fans a chance to really feel the energy this squad can create when they're at full strength. Lane Johnson returning to the lineup adds another level to the offensive line, even with some of the injuries that have challenged them all season. When you have players stepping up and taking control like Smith, the offense can always find a spark. On the defensive side, the Eagles have been dominant, especially as the season comes to a close. Jalen Hunt has emerged as a force that maybe not everyone expected at the start of the year, but now it's impossible to ignore his impact. Leading the team in both sacks and interceptions is no small feat, and it's clear that his versatility from playing multiple positions in college and high school has translated perfectly into the NFL. When you watch Hunt in action, he reads plays, pressures the quarterback, and disrupts the backfield with an instinct and awareness that's rare at this level. He's the kind of player who makes things happen, who turns a simple snap into a momentum-changing play. And it's not just the stat sheet. His presence alone forces offenses to adjust, and that ripple effect makes him invaluable. Alongside him, Jalen Phillips continues to shine in the run game, getting key stops and batting down passes, even if the sacks aren't piling up at the same pace. The defensive tackles have been stellar all year, but the way Hunt has closed out the season has made him arguably the most impactful defensive end on this roster right now. Watching him play is a reminder of how critical player development and patience can be. Then you have Trot Jr., who continues to impress with his raw talent and readiness. Against the Commanders, he recorded 12 tackles, including multiple pressures and quarterback hits, showcasing the skill set that makes him a legitimate asset to the team. His versatility as a linebacker, ability to make plays in both run and pass situations, and the intelligence he shows on the field suggest that he could start for many teams in the league if the opportunity arose. The Eagles are fortunate to have him as a backup, but his ceiling is high, and the way he performs under pressure makes you wonder if he might carve out a bigger role sooner rather than later. Jahad Campbell has spoken highly of him, noting how Trot's preparation, understanding of schemes, and on-field toughness set him apart. This level of talent adds depth and security for a team like the Eagles, especially as they approach the high stakes of the playoffs, where every play, every tackle, and every decision matters. Looking at the bigger picture, the Eagles are entering this postseason with a mindset that can't be underestimated. The confidence in the locker room is tangible, from the starters to the younger players stepping into new roles. There's no fear of the opponent or obsession with playoff seeding. The team knows that at this stage, it's win or go home, and they're embracing that challenge. Devontae Smith comments reflect this perfectly. It doesn't matter who they face, whether it's the second or third seed, home or away, the Eagles intend to play their brand of football and let that define the outcome. And watching players like Zach Bond and Jordan Davis speak about confidence and focus in post-game interviews shows that this is a team that believes in itself, which is crucial when facing elite teams like the 49ers. The way the Eagles are approaching the game plan, focusing on fundamentals, stopping the run, and controlling the line of scrimmage, indicates a disciplined and prepared squad that knows how to leverage its strengths. Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers present challenges, but the Eagles' preparation and adaptability give them the tools to compete at the highest level. It's fascinating to see how this team handles pressure, because the playoffs are a different beast altogether. Every opponent is elite, every game is intense, and the smallest mistakes can define a season. Yet, the Eagles seem to thrive under the spotlight. Their defense has closed out games impressively, and the offense, when firing, is one of the most dangerous in the NFC. The question isn't just about their ability to win. It's about how they execute when it matters most. Can they handle a dominant run game, adjust to halftime strategies, and maintain composure in critical moments? The early signs suggest yes. The body language, the interviews, and the in-game performance all indicate a team that is not only capable but confident in its ability to go all the way. They understand that the playoffs are an opportunity to reset, to ignore past losses, and to focus entirely on the task at hand. It's this combination of preparation, talent, and belief that makes the Eagles a team to watch closely as they head into the postseason. The discussion around roster decisions, like Nico Dean, Zach Bond, and Trot Jr., also highlights the depth and strategic planning the Eagles are considering. These are not just players filling positions. They are key pieces in a puzzle that has to come together perfectly when the pressure is at its peak. Each practice, each snap, and each game is a chance to refine and improve, ensuring that when the moment arrives, everyone knows their role and can execute at a high level. It's exciting to think about how these dynamics will play out, and the fans can sense that the team is ready for the challenge. The mix of veterans, rising stars, and confident younger players creates an environment where performance drives opportunity, and every contribution counts. As we look ahead, it's clear that the Eagles' strategy goes beyond just wins and losses. It's about identity. They have a clear vision of how they want to play, and that clarity translates into confidence on the field. Whether it's aggressive defensive schemes, precise offensive execution, or making the right reads under pressure, the Eagles know what they are capable of. The synergy between coaches and players, veterans mentoring rookies, and a focus on consistent improvement sets a foundation for success not just this season, but for years to come. Every fan watching can feel the energy and the intensity building as the playoffs approach, and the expectation is that this team will rise to the occasion. They are aware of the challenges, the talented opponents, and the history of past playoff heartbreaks. But what stands out is their determination to define their own path, one play at a time, with confidence and execution leading the way. As the Eagles move closer to the playoffs, the focus shifts not just to individual performances, but to how the team as a whole handles pressure in high-stakes situations. The postseason is where talent meets preparation, and the Eagles are showing every sign that they are ready to rise to the occasion. DeVonta Smith's leadership and confidence have set a tone, but it's the collective effort on both sides of the ball that will ultimately determine how far this team goes. The defense, for example, has been a rock-solid presence, and as the season winds down, it's clear that their ability to disrupt opposing offenses has been one of the main reasons for the team's success. Players like Jalen Hunt and Jalen Phillips have made it evident that the Eagles are not just relying on one superstar. They have a defense that can adapt, react, and dominate at critical moments. Hunt's versatility continues to be a revelation, showing the kind of football IQ and instinct that allows him to make plays no matter where he lines up. He's the player who can change the course of a game in a single snap, and that unpredictability is a nightmare for opponents. The offensive side of the ball, meanwhile, has its own story. Lane Johnson's return strengthens the line, giving the quarterback more time to read the field and make plays. The Eagles' ability to balance the run and pass, to adjust on the fly, and to exploit mismatches will be crucial as they face elite teams in the playoffs. The offensive weapons are plentiful, but what makes this team dangerous is not just talent. It's cohesion, understanding, and timing. DeVonta Smith embodies that mindset, and his approach to the game reminds the team that execution matters more than reputation. Against top-tier opponents like the 49ers, the Eagles will need to rely on this combination of skill and intelligence, trusting in their preparation and the systems that the coaching staff has put in place. Every route run, every blocking assignment, every decision made under pressure will count, and this team seems ready for the challenge. Trot Jr.'s continued growth adds another layer of intrigue for fans and analysts alike. While he may be considered a backup on paper, his performance against teams like the Commanders demonstrates that he can step in and make an immediate impact. He brings athleticism, awareness, and versatility, And in a league where depth often determines playoff success, having a player of his caliber waiting in the wings is a significant advantage. Alongside him, Jahad Campbell's talent and contract situation add complexity to the roster, but they also highlight the strategic depth that the Eagles are building for both immediate success and long-term sustainability. The mix of veterans, rising stars, and developing talent creates an environment where competition breeds excellence, and players are constantly pushed to elevate their game. Heading into a playoff matchup, the Eagles' mentality will be just as critical as their physical abilities. Post-game interviews and locker room commentary make it clear that confidence is high, and this is a team that believes it can compete with any opponent. There's no hesitation, no fear of reputations, no excuses, just a focus on executing their game plan and playing the brand of football that has defined their season. Even when facing a dominant offensive threat like Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers, the Eagles are approaching the challenge with discipline and preparation. They understand the importance of the run defense, controlling the line of scrimmage and forcing opponents into mistakes, and they're prepared to adjust on the fly. The ability to respond to in-game situations, to maintain composure under pressure, and to trust in each other's abilities is what separates playoff teams from the rest, and the Eagles are showing all the signs of being ready. One of the most encouraging aspects of this team is how they've handled adversity and injuries throughout the season. It's not just about having talented starters. It's about having a roster that can step up when needed and maintain a high level of performance. The Eagles have managed to balance playing through injuries, integrating new players, and keeping a cohesive strategy across the board. This resilience is exactly what's needed in the playoffs, where every game is a test of endurance, mental toughness, and execution under pressure. The players' understanding that health is wealth has been a guiding principle, and with the starters expected to be fully healthy heading into their matchup against the 49ers, the team is positioned to perform at its peak. As we break down the matchups, it's impossible not to get excited about the potential of this Eagles team. The NFC landscape is competitive, no doubt, but when you analyze the talent, preparation, and mindset of Philadelphia, the Eagles stand out as a team capable of going all the way. The offense can score in bursts, the defense can create game-changing plays, and the team as a whole has a mentality that embraces pressure rather than shies away from it. For fans, this is the most exciting time of the season, and the energy surrounding Lincoln Financial Field is palpable. Every snap, every tackle, every catch, and every decision in the upcoming games could define the season, and the Eagles are showing that they are not just ready, they are hungry. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. What began as a routine post-game atmosphere quickly turned into one of the most talked-about moments around the Eagles organization. According to sources close to the locker room, head coach Nick Sirianni slammed his hand on the table during a closed-door meeting, a gesture that symbolized far more than simple frustration. The act, described by insiders as rare and emphatic, has fueled intense speculation about a drastic internal decision that may have been set in motion immediately after the game. The mood inside the building was reportedly tense. Players and staff sensed that something had shifted, not just emotionally, but structurally. Sirianni, usually known for his measured communication and player-focused leadership, is said to have delivered a blunt message that caught even veteran voices off guard. While no official statement has been made, rumors suggest that his patience with certain recurring issues has run out. Speculation ranges from significant changes in the coaching hierarchy to bold adjustments in player roles that could redefine the team's identity going forward. Some believe the decision may involve accountability measures that go beyond typical evaluations, signaling a reset in standards and expectations. Others whisper that a trusted figure within the staff may be on uncertain ground, a move that would undoubtedly send shockwaves through the organization. What makes the situation even more intriguing is the silence that followed. No immediate leaks, no carefully crafted quotes, just a noticeable tightening of communication. That silence has only amplified the sense that something major is brewing behind the scenes. Within league circles, there's a growing belief that Sirianni is determined to reassert control and remind everyone that complacency will not be tolerated. For the Eagles, this moment could represent a turning point. Whether the rumored decision leads to renewed focus or internal friction remains to be seen. What is clear is that Nick Sirianni's emphatic gesture was not for show. It was a statement. And in a league where perception often becomes reality, the echoes of that slam table may linger far longer than anyone inside the building expected. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.